Hello. I'd like to give a little update on what I've been doing. For one thing, I bought an SV Bony 250 and reviewed it. Nice scope. I picked up an SV Bony 503 70ED. Haven't reviewed that one yet. It's sitting right here. I'm going to review it this coming month. I continued with my testing of the Hyperstars with my C6 using the SV Bony 705 and 605 cameras, becoming more confident with those. This is August. Every year in August, my rheumatism, it acts up bad. Sciatic nerve, stomach ache, real bad backache. There's times I've been trying for a week to get out here to do this little bit. I don't care what anybody tells you, getting old and crippled ain't all it's cracked up to be. So what do I plan on doing this coming month, other than testing the 70mm SV Bony scope? Well, I'm thinking that one of the more popular things I've found on my channel is when I compare one optical tube to another. So I'm thinking of comparing my C90 Maxitoff Cassegrain to my C6 Schmidt Cassegrain. Now the C6 is 150mm, and the C90 is only 90mm. You'd think that's not much of a comparison, but the Schmidt Cassegrain has a 1500mm focal length. The C90 has a 1250mm focal length. So there's not that much of a difference in the focal length. So the size of what you're taking a picture of won't be that far apart. And I'm probably, if I do that, I'm going to be taking a picture of Saturn. So far, Saturn just above the horizon, behind some trees, then behind the college, then behind a big tree, and then gone. But I'm hoping this month to get up high enough I can take a photo of each of them, or with each of them, and see how they compare. I'd also like to compare my SV Bony 250 90mm. It's 800mm focal length, gives it a 8.9 focal ratio. I'd like to compare that to my Celestron 90mm Esprit. It has a 900mm focal length, f10. They're similar, but I've never compared anything from SV Bony to anything that's similar from Celestron. That might be an interesting comparison. They're both simple doublets. They both have a fairly lengthy focal ratio. I'd be using probably a city light suppression, CLS filter with each. And I might compare my brand new SV Bony 70mm with one of my 114mm Burr Jones Newtonians. I've done a comparison before between a long barrel f13 70mm with 114mm. I haven't done one with this. This one is, here it is by the way, it is only 520mm. And if I use the 0.8 field reducer corrector, that brings it down to 336mm. My Hyperstar is 300mm. So that takes almost as big a picture. That'll cover almost as large an area as the Hyperstar. Although the Hyperstar is an f2 and that's an f4.8. So the Hyperstar is about 5.7 times faster. But I probably won't compare the Hyperstar with the 70mm. By the way, the reason I bought that 70mm was I wanted something I could take pictures of big things like Andromeda, Phaser 31, or North American Nebula, NGC 7000, big things, Heart Nebula. And with my rheumatism as bad as it is this time of year, it's really hard for me to carry that CG4 mount out and then hook that C6 up on it. This thing here, this little 70 millimeter, is a lot lighter. And I can use, if I can pick it up, I can use this mount with it. It's a Star Adventure GTI. The mount and the tripod and the counter, 2-pound counterweight, and the optical tube weigh less than the CG mount alone. So on nights when I can't drag that thing out, I'm thinking I might be able to take this much lighter rig out, get something for my time. Anyway, that's what I'm kind of planning on doing. Now, I'm going to post some choices. Would you rather see this or this or this in my posts section of my website? Go over there and look at it. And if you have a preference, select one of the things you would like to see. If you don't have a preference, go over there and select one of the things that you'd like to see anyway. Because if I run a poll, I've got over 700 subscribers now. Almost 750. If I run a poll, I only get half a dozen people to vote in the poll. It makes you think, I can go out and set up my telescope, take my picture, and then spend a half hour swapping out the optical tube and realigning and refocusing and repolar aligning and star aligning, and it takes a half hour, 45 minutes. Not necessarily worth all that trouble to do the swap out and the compare for half a dozen votes. I will, but I'll be much happier if I have a dozen or 2 or 3 or 5 or 15 dozen votes. So please go to the post section and make some choices. Yeah. And if perchance you're not a subscriber, it would be ever so nice if you would become one. Yeah, I'm currently shooting for 1,000. I know 1,000 subscribers ain't much, but I ain't much. I'm an old man with rheumatism. If I could get 1,000 subscribers before December 31st, I'd be a happy fella. If I couldn't, well, then I would be less happy. In any event, that's all I got for now, so until I see you again, happy trails.